Hello friends, and welcome to the channel. This is Stormhaven Gaming, I'm John, and this is Timberborn. Okay, we're on day 6 of this current cycle, so we're probably about a week or so away from the next drought or bad tide. So that's all good. We are doing alright. Water-wise we're doing okay, food-wise we're doing okay. We are starting now to collect a little bit more maple syrup from over here. I've turned our tapper's shack back on. Now we've got a bunch of trees ready to be harvested. We shouldn't be too far from some of these. There we are, 90%. So we're about a day or so away from some of these trees producing as well. So we should have a bit more of a steady supply of maple syrup coming in, ideally. We might want to extend our planting area. I'm not sure how far this tapper's shack will reach. We might be able to come up a bit further on here. If we bring some more of this down, we might be able to get a few more maple trees on there. Yeah, there's not a lot else we can do down here with those. Over here, our lake has been deepened. We are... Oops. That's a bit far down. But not very far down. We are only 2 tiles away from the bottom of the map with our big reservoir here. So I'm tempted to leave it as it is. I'm tempted to say, you know what? That's probably deep enough. It is filling very slowly. We're doing okay for water. So I'm actually going to pause one of these water pumps, just to allow this to fill up a little bit more quickly. I'd like to get this overflowing before the next drought or bad tide. Whether that will happen, I don't know. We did drop it down 3 levels, which is why it's so shallow at the moment. Over here, we are putting in the next monument, which is the Fountain of Joy. It was mentioned that I've got this facing kind of the wrong way, because it's not facing the houses properly. I'm okay with it. It's facing these ones over here, and these are our sort of slightly better quality housing over here. So yeah, I'm all right with that for the moment. It was also mentioned that I might want to put power wheels in down here, and that's not a terrible idea either. Get us a little bit of spare power coming up this side. Connecting it up to our main grid will be a hassle, but not impossible. Honestly, though, I don't know that we'd need to. We might set up some batteries on this side, dropping down into here. Don't know. Maybe. We'll see. This has a fair chunk of its resources already in it, so that's good. So that shouldn't take us actually too much longer to build. Let's have a look. We have the planks we need. We've already got the treated planks. We need another 150 metal blocks. We only have 29 at the moment, but that's not too bad. We are making them, so it shouldn't take us a huge amount of time to produce all the ones we need. Where is our smelter? It's up here, isn't it? Yeah, so you produce 1 every 2 hours, but you do... Fuel remaining 0, but we have 9 logs in there. Alright. Why are you not working? Where is our... Oh, you're bringing stuff in there, are you? Alright, so you've just... I don't know what you bought. Maybe some scrap metal? Difficult to say. Having said that, do we have scrap metal storage up here? We must have. Don't tell me I didn't... Oh, we got scrap metal storage over there. It's not ideal. Oh, and we've got a little bit of scrap metal storage right there. Alright, no, that's fine. We're all right there. These should be set to obtain. There we are. Because I think all the other storage is set to supply, so these should be kept full via our haulers, in theory. Over here we've got our zipline station set in down here, so we can start thinking about arranging a bad water release system for these two water sources down here. And I'm not sure what I'm going to do. I mean, the obvious thing is just to blow a channel behind the water sources there and stick in sluices on either side. That's probably the best thing to do. I was toying with the idea of maybe joining these two channels up and then dumping the bad water off the side, but it's probably a lot easier to just come in and separate them one by one. So that's probably what we'll end up doing. We're not going to do it yet. We've got too much building work going on to start another project just at the moment. I think we'll wait until our monument is done. Okay, let's spin on till the morning. There we go. There's the morning. Right. These water pumps down here are not on, so I am just going to demolish them. Get those resources back. I mean, not that we really need the logs. We're doing okay for logs at the moment. But we don't need these pumps drawing water out of here. Over here, I want to do something with these three. I think probably we're going to want to stick in a larger one. But there isn't really anywhere that we can do that easily. Yeah, it takes a 3x3 area to do it. I mean, if we demolish that, put in platforms in that area there, we could probably get one in on that side. It is 3x3, isn't it? Yeah, 3x3. So that's what we'd need to do down here. I'll leave these for the moment. I don't know off the top of my head what I'm going to do. Because I haven't left myself a huge amount of space down here. So we could squeeze it in there, but then we'd need to come in here with explosives and clear out this little section. Which, now that I think about it, probably not a terrible idea. Let's do that. We'll take out that little section there. Okay. For the moment, I'm waiting for this to fill. Looks like it's doing all right. We've increased our depth quite a bit there overnight, so that's good. So it looks like this will get to the point where it will overflow, especially with one of these turned off. I'm going to keep an eye on our water, make sure we're still maintaining a decent amount, which we might not. That might drop a little with this water pump turned off and those other water pumps demolished, but... Oh, I just want to double check. Yes, we have laid in explosives underneath this water pump. That's fine. That's all good. Okay. Right. How are we doing up here? We've got everything except the last, 85, 84 metal blocks. So we're doing all right. That shouldn't take too much longer. All right. Let's spin on. Okay, I've not spun on very far. We're still on day 9. I'm just putting in over here a little sort of spur of power so we can get ourselves... Oh, there we go. It's done. Another smelter up here. Now, this is the only place we can put it because anywhere else, it blocks the zip line. So I'm going to stick it on the end there. And we will pop that on a priority as well, just to get that done quickly and improve our production of metal blocks. Over here, our prospective building site, I've also put in some more storage for planks, metal blocks, and explosives. So we'll have sort of easy access to everything we need down here. Pretty sure that's everything we need. Just want to double check that. Ooh, extract as well. All right. Well, we can do that. Let's get ourselves just a medium tank to store... Where are we? Extract. There we go. And we'll put this on a lower priority as well. There we go. Higher priority as well. All right. We are getting there. Once this smelter is built, that will speed up a little bit. I mean, it should double our production, so it should speed up. Over at this reservoir, as you can see, we have cleared that first little ledge. So we're well on our way to overflowing. Our water is still pretty much maximum. So that's nice. We're actually producing a few maple pastries. They won't last the day. Oh, we've already lost half of them. Yeah, they won't last the day, but we are producing them. So that should help our well-being a little bit. If we have a look, we do have a couple of injuries, which isn't ideal. We don't have as many beavers with wet fur as we would like, and we like wet beavers. I'm very sorry. Contemplation spots, not great. Campfires, not great. We don't have a dance hall yet. Don't have any roofs or scarecrows or bulletin boards. Don't have a carousel, don't have a mud pit. But it looks like we are maxed out on books, which is nice. I mean, more Lidos or Lidos might be an idea. That would certainly help to green the area as well. All right. Well, that's some things we can look at for the future. Not right now. Obviously, we want to get that fountain complete, and then we want to look at creating a reservoir over at this crater here. All right. I'll continue spinning on then. Okay, start of day 12, and as you can see, the water is overflowing this reservoir here, which is great. So we'll unpause this water pump here. We have 9 unemployed. We don't have any spare spaces, but we do have 7 children, so we're all right for the moment. Just want to make sure that that's not going to cause any flooding down here. We should be all right. We should have the floodgates set to the point where they can cope with that extra water coming in, so that should be fine. Okay. Up here, we are very close to getting this Fountain of Joy finished. We only need another, what, 23 metal blocks, so that should only take a couple of days, really, hopefully. And down here, we have our explosives set in. So, let's see if we can get a good view of these, shall we? There we go. That's not too bad, is it? Let's set these off. There we go. Just the job. All right. Turn the water back on. There we are. Now, we can get rid of this. He says. Yeah, I was too close to the overhang there. We can probably get rid of this. Yeah, all right. So once this has been emptied, we'll destroy this and this bit of path there, and then I think we'll probably be able to get a water pump in just there. In theory. Right, that's done. Let's get rid of you. Let's get rid of you. And let's get ourselves a large water pump in just there. And pop the path in like that. Once that's built, we'll get rid of these other 2 over here. Okay. All good. Right. We'll probably get the drought warning, or bad tide warning, in the next couple of days. I'll spin on until probably this fountain is done. Oh, we do have a flooded building. Alright, we're going to need to adjust these. Let's try 160. Let's see if that works. That's flooding down here now. What are you set at? You're set at 7. Let's try you at 6.5. We should be alright. There's only a little bit of flooding. We should be alright. Okay, so about halfway through day 14, we have a beaver coming in here to bring the last of the metal blocks that we need. And finish the building, hopefully. There we go. Okay, so the Fountain of Joy is in. Obviously it needs water to function. We will get rid of those stairs and we will put in, where are we, a fluid dump just there. Now we're probably going to want some water storage up here as well, aren't we? That would probably help. So I mean, maybe getting a medium tank in there, or actually in there is probably better. Let's get it in there. And you're going to be storing water. Okay. Right, let's spin on until we've got some water in here and this fountain starts working, shall we? There we go. We've got some water going in there and it's starting to spread a little bit of hydration. And the fountain is working. Excellent stuff. How cute is that? Love it. Absolutely love it. Right. Now. I do want to get a path around it, obviously. The question is, where am I going to do that? Am I going to do it right up against the edge of the pit? Or am I going to put in an overhang here so that we can go one out and put in some decorations and contemplation spots and benches and things like that around the edge of this fountain? I think that's what I'm going to do. So let's get ourselves some explosives there. That is in reach, isn't it? Yes. And then we'll get ourselves, what, 3-tier overhang? Like so. We'll bring the path out and back along that way. Yeah, that's what we'll do. Okay. Excellent stuff. It's the end of the day now, so they're not going to do it until the morning. But our high score, our well-being score, has just rocketed up 5 points to 44. That might continue climbing as more beavers get into... There we are, that's 45. So yeah, as beavers get into their housing, that will increase because they'll be affected by the coverage of the fountain. Lovely stuff. Right, let's spin on till the morning. Okay, day 15 brings with it the bad tide warning. That's okay. So we've got 3 days until that hits. We peaked at a well-being of 47 there, which is pretty good. I'm pretty pleased with that. We're just waiting now for this bit of explosives to be put in. We are heading across here. What are we doing over here? Oh, we're loading up with scrap metal to come back to our smelters. All right, excellent stuff. So we should be building up a bit of a supply of metal blocks now. Over here our explosives are going in. There we are. Let's set these off. No need for a big fanfare again. And then we'll get ourselves... Yeah, the overhang in there, and we will bring the path around like that. Okay, decorations then. Let's get ourselves a couple of benches. We'll get ourselves... let's get ourselves a lamp there and a lamp there. We'll get ourselves a bush in the middle. Now, let's get ourselves a bulletin pole, because that was one of the things that was mentioned, wasn't it? 600 science, yes, we've got 56,000. It's fine. And then we've got a beaver statue, a scarecrow. Yeah. Hedges, fences, wind gauges. I think up here we'll get a beaver statue. There we are. So we've got ourselves a little bit of decoration up here. So any beavers that actually do want to come up here and enjoy themselves, they'll get a bit of a boost from all of that. Okay. In addition... Let's get rid of all those dead trees. They're all in range, so that's good. They've got a bit to be getting on with. Let's spin on for a day or so. We're going to put in along here. Let's actually extend that path a little bit. Up here I do want to put in some chestnuts. So I want to build a forester. And we will want to build a gatherer as well. Like so. Right, day 16 then. We've managed to push our well-being up to 48 with the help of these bits and pieces here. Let's have a look. Yeah, we've got beaver statue and bulletin pole have increased, so that's good. We do still need a dance hall. We do still need some roofs around the place. Scarecrows, probably worthwhile. And then the carousel and the mud pit. That's going to be a bit more tricky. Up here, I have put in a few chestnuts, like that. I've also scattered around the place a few other trees. So we've got some birch and we've got some oak. As soon as they're planted, I will turn off the planting order. So they can... No, I like that one there. There we go. Doesn't make any difference for that one. That one's not going to spread anywhere. But these ones over here... Now, let me bring that back. There we are. So we've got oak, oak, oak. And then a couple of birch scattered around as well. So they will... I can get rid of that one. Once they're fully grown, they will be able to spread and sort of fill this area in with trees. I think that'll look quite nice. And I say, well, hopefully we'll get a... Actually, let's get a couple of pines in as well, shall we? Just so we've got a mix of trees in this area. So it looks a bit more natural. Okay, that's that. Right. Over here, then, we're going to need to do some work. Now, we've got a bad tide coming, so we don't want to be messing around in the water just yet. I think that would be a supremely bad idea. Just having a look there. Trying to figure out the best place. Okay, so the best place for our sluices is going to be in there. I mean, I suppose we could just put them straight up in front of the water source right there, couldn't we? That's probably not a bad idea, honestly. I don't think we're going to be able to get in there and put sluices in before the end of the bad tide, before the start of the bad tide. So we will leave it until after that. Oh, I should probably check this one as well, shouldn't I? Oh, well, I mean, that's fine. That's covered all the way down. So we could, if we wanted to, put sluices in there. But again, I think we'll come up and put them almost directly in front of the water source itself. And then we'll just blow a channel back that way, 4 wide. And again, put sluices on that side for bad water. That's probably our best plan. Okay, then. I will spin on until... Ooh, will I spin on until the start of the bad tide? How are we doing? We've only got a few maple pastries, but we've got a decent stock of maple syrup now. That's good. Let's go and have a look at that. Okay, so we do still have some maple trees ready to be harvested. And presumably... Yeah, Yavo is going out and doing that for us. Excellent stuff. All right. So that's given us a bit of a... where are we? A bit of a stock of maple syrup to turn into maple pastries. So that's going to help our well-being as well. I mean, chestnuts-wise... Yeah, still nothing. Still not enough chestnuts. So, hopefully... Oops. Lost control of the camera there to some extent. Hopefully then these chestnut trees, once they're grown and once they're producing, will help us. I do think we're probably going to need more though, honestly. I don't think that this is going to be enough. So... Yeah, alright. I'm going to turn you on. So you can get rid of these remaining pines here. And I think... Yeah, let's try some contamination barriers. Let's try them like this to start with. I'm not sure if it's going to come through the diagonal. We'll have to double check that. We might need for a few more spread down this way as well to sort of prevent that leaking around the corner. But if we can get this free of contamination, we can use this as another planting spot. We've got more contamination there. Which is coming all the way from the top there. Wow. All right. Contamination spreads further than hydration, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, well, we get this done. I might, in fact, I probably will swap that pylon for another station. We don't really need to be coming out this way anymore. Other than maybe to collect some of these logs up in this pile here. Okay, yeah. Let's... we're going to need a path, aren't we? Because we're not going to be able to reach any of that. There we go. That should be all in reach now. Yes, that's all in reach. Excellent stuff. Right. Let's spin on to the start of the bad tide now. Okay, there we go. 5 days. That might be a bit more of an issue, but we should be all right. I'm pretty sure everything is closed up the way it should be. Let's just double check all of that. Okay, so over here, let's have a look. Just double check. That is closed, but it does look like we've got... Yeah, we've got some contamination has opened up into there anyway. All right, well, in which case, let's just open that up and let it all flood out. We'll just empty this, because that is still producing bad water. I didn't get it in time, obviously. Should have closed that up slightly earlier. We might get some bad water flooding down here, but, you know, that's okay. That's not too much of a problem. Over here, I have moved back our wooden stairs a little bit so we can get some contamination barriers in across this section. I will eventually replace these with sluices. I just keep forgetting. Yeah, and we do have some contamination in there. All right, well, let's open those up as well then. Let all that flood out the back. There we go. Right. I had hoped to not have to worry about that, but not the case, obviously. Right, I am going to... What am I going to do? I'm going to turn off this large water pump here so we don't drain this entire section. I think that's probably a good idea. We don't have any other water to put in there because, obviously, our usual little reservoir up here is full of bad water. We don't want that going down into there. But we are going to still be producing power, so that's nice. Over here, we are overflowing. So we are getting some more power from here. I mean, we could put another water wheel in there, couldn't we? And with a little bit of dynamite, we might be able to get 2 in. In fact, we can get 2 in. And that will plug straight into the side of the smelter there. Go on. And one at the end there. Right, we're going to need... Can we get around there? We might be able to reach off that corner. I don't know. We'll have to see. But that will give us a, you know, a tiny bit of extra power. I might need to put in a platform there just so they can reach that. We'll see. Alright, but I think we'll leave it there for this episode. I mean, we've got a 5-day bad tide to contend with. I think we'll be alright. I think we're in a pretty decent position in terms of food and water. Our food is back up again to over 3,000. So that's good. It's increased by about 500. More storage for bits and pieces would probably be a good idea as well. So getting some more grilled spadadocs, some more grilled potatoes, more cattail crackers, more bread, getting more of that sort of stuff stored around the place. As I say, probably not a terrible idea. But for the moment, we'll let things go. Oh, that first one's done. And they are able to build that. Excellent stuff. So that's an extra 49 horsepower. definitely worth it. Yeah, so we'll get about 100 horsepower out of that, but it's something. It's a little bit. Not a huge amount, but a little bit. Like it's a quarter of what we're getting from each of these wheels, but every little helps, right? Probably. Maybe. Okay, over here our contamination barriers are in. They don't seem to have done a lot of good. We are still getting some contamination spreading around those corners, so I think probably squaring all that off isn't a terrible idea, and then maybe coming back that way as well. That's probably way more than we need, but, you know, if it gets rid of the contamination, all good, because then we can put in a Lido up here, green this area, and use it for more chestnuts. So let's get rid of that pylon. And let's make sure that we can... Oh, we can put it right there and still reach. Excellent stuff. Alright, so you are going to connect to that station. And then you are going to connect to that pylon. There we are. Excellent stuff. Where's the best place to put in a Lido or Lido? Where is the Lido or Lido? There it is. Right. Okay, so it only needs to be 2x4 with a space like that, with a space for the fluid dump. Excellent stuff. Right, as I say, we will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. Please do give us a like and a subscribe. Really does help the channel out. I know I say it every single episode, but it's genuinely true. All that engagement is great. If you can comment, please do. Thank you very much for people who comment, even if you're just saying hello. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. Memberships are available to the channel. I am going to be working on a new members-only series. I haven't decided what yet. I was doing Subnautica, but it didn't really work out. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, maybe something like Fallout, or maybe something a bit older, a bit more retro. We'll see. If you're feeling flush, if you can afford it, please do hit the super thanks button. That would be very, very nice of you. I know it's not a thing that's really done anymore, but it would certainly help me out financially. I don't like begging. I don't like doing this, but it's YouTube. I kind of have to these days. So again, thank you very much for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and join us next time. That's the most important thing. So thank you very much. Please join us next time. Until then, I've been John. This has been Timberborn. Please do take care of yourselves, stay safe, and bye-bye.